morning, sir, and thank you so much for joining us this morning sa umagang ito. Magandang umaga po.
Magandang umaga rin, Miss Annie. Magandang umaga, Mr. Sherwin. At happy anniversary to UNTV on their 20th anniversary.
Maraming salamat po. Parang kasing edad din na nasa trabaho kayo sa Postal Corporation. I just guessed. Okay. My first question po, Postmaster General. Anong pagkakaiba na mayroon nang ni-release no postal identification before? No po, yung identification card before at saka yung ngayon. Sige nga po, tingnan natin itong balitang ito because marami tayong mga kababayan na interested dito. Ako, mayroon din ako before. And then, ano yung pagkakaiba? Kasi we made to understand na naglunsad kayo with the special feature. What is this? Can you explain that, please?
Well, bukod sa being a postal identity card, no, as an identity card, it is more of a functional card. Not only as a identity, that's what I'm saying, na yung functionality nito confirms your address as an individual. It helps kasi when you apply for one, we have to deliver it and confirm that na tama yung address system mo within the KYC, di ba? If the customers will be going to a KYC, a know your customer thing by the private sector or the government, easily maano mo yung address. Ang pagkakaiba niya kasi is it is based from your IDs or your birth certificate, but at the same time we're asking for a billing statement or a proof of address coming from your barangay. So that's a function that the postal ID has na ginagamit din sa mga postal administrations all over the world. So masabi ko lang that the Postal Corporation, your domestic operator, is a member of the Postal Union under the United Nations. So ginagamit-gamit din po siya.
Okay. Postmaster, doon sa ating mga kababayan, para higit na maunawaan nila, lumalabas na malaki ang improvement nito eh. So, ibig sabihin, ito kasi ginagamit na primary ID. If you do a business transaction, government transaction, and also private transaction, di ba po ang hinihingi nila ay dalawang valid ID. So, this postal ID, nagagamit nila before. At this time, mas nadagdagan po yung benepisyo nito doon sa ating mga kababayan.
One, it's because of its functionality, no? Malaking tulong talaga not only as a proof of identity. Malaking tulong 'yon dahil it's now a main ID already that you can use, especially yung mga tao na nagta-travel abroad, no? You can use that and here in the country magagamit na natin 'yan. So functionality in terms of the proof of address kasi mahirap, Miss Annie, yung hindi mo alam, may ID ka nga, hindi mo naman alam kung saan talaga nakatira yung tao.
So basically, that's verifiable.
That's verifiable. It's very verifiable. No? So there's a proof also, and even the agencies, we have a system, a verification system online that you can scan the QR code.
There's a QR code that you can scan easily.
Correct.
Okay.
So private institutions, banks, government agencies can scan that, and it can confirm the authenticity of the card. Hindi natin kasi malayo na maraming gumagaya niyan, no? Pero there are also security features that you can use. It's already in a PVC form. So
yes, you mentioned that PVC form because before, di ba experience namin po, Postmaster General, that's paper-based before?
yes, when it was when the Universal Postal Union started issuing postal IDs all over the world, it is a small accountable form.
Yes.
Paper-based, tapos linalaminate mo pa siya.
That's correct.
So
I
ngayon,
have that. Ano po?
Yeah, so ngayon hindi na siya. It's a PVC form, and it has a lot of security features na hindi mo na basta-basta ang mga gaya, and one of the best security feature is the QR code. Pag in-scan mo doon sa POVS system natin na pwede mong i-online, makikita mo, lalabas talaga yung details ng ID if it is authentic.
Very good. Okay. And you made mention that it's verifiable. So, ibig sabihin, wala kang puwang para ka magsinungaling.
Oo naman.
Okay. Paano yung anong sistema po ng, let's say for example, you apply, and before the application po, ay bago sa kuha ng ID, paano nga po ba yung requirements nito? Let's say for example, I am interested kasi my ID was expired already several years ago. Paano yung pag-apply nito for you to get it?
Well, as usual, you get a form. It's downloadable. The form is downloadable at www.phlpost.com.ph, and all of those forms has to be filled up. You just have to bring, if you're a first timer, dala ka ng birth certificate mo. Kung meron ka namang regular ID ng LTO, the national ID, the banks, LTO yan, at saka yung UMID ID, pwede mo nang gamitin yun, but you have to get a proof of billing or a proof of address. If the address or the billing is not under your name, you can get naman a barangay clearance saying to the barangay, please give me a clearance that my address, I'm staying here in this barangay.
Okay. Halimbawa, nakumpleto ko na po yun, mag-a-apply ako sa inyo. May choices ba na hindi lang digital? Pwede akong mag-apply? I will go directly to your office?
You have to go directly to the office. No, there's about 275 stations all over, post offices that has capturing stations, including malls.
Okay. What if I apply today? And then how many days are you going to deliver the ID? Can you give it right away, Postmaster?
Kasi may proseso siya once you do the capture, let's say by lunchtime, no? By the end of the day, all of those captured identifications or information will be harvested, and it will be brought to the Manila Post Office, no, to the central printing system, and then from there, the next day, it will be started to be printed, and then if you're talking about Metro Manila, in the next 3 to 7 days, we're doing 7 days, but best option is about siguro in the next 3-4 days in Metro Manila, in the cities like Manila, Quezon City. Here in Mega Manila, kaya natin gawin yun in the next 3 to 7 days. No?
How about in the provinces po? Yung mga malalayong lugar na doon sa mga far-flung areas?
The provinces, especially if they're airmail points, kayang gawin yan from 7 days. No? 5 to 7 days. At the most, yung medyo malayo-layo, especially if it's a far-flung area, you'll go all the way siguro at the end of the 10 days.
Okay. Let's say, for example, Postmaster, yung PSA, i-cite ko lang po ito.
Opo.
Mayroon silang sinasabi na you can get this within 1 day, may i-deliver. Is that possible also with the Postal Corporation, with the Postal Office?
Well, if it's a rush, we can do. As of the moment, we're not doing the rush thing.
Okay.
No? So we just started. Dati may rush kami. No? You can do that. There will be a cap until 11 o'clock in the morning. Pagkatapos dyan, it will be printed for the first few hundred people. If you really, really need it bad, especially here in Metro Manila, makukuha mo yan in the after about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Opo. Mayroon ako mga nakuha mga suggestion. I don't know if it's okay with you, Postmaster. Ay sinasabi nila ay sabi niya, yung picture ko dito masyadong madilim. Madilim yung previous, lalo na, di ba yung paper-based pa. And then, sabi niya, bakit ganito? Dapat mas maganda. Hindi naman sinasabing maganda siya. Ibig sabihin, mas maliwanag. Kasi di ba po, kung talagang gagamitin natin yan para ma-identify natin yung tao, yung picture niya, hindi ma-identify. Mayroon ka bang gustong ibalita doon? Kung dati-rate ay masyadong madilim, eto na ngayon, na-improve na namin.
In the capturing stations, no, before you, syempre kukuha lang ka ng picture and everything, tatanungin ka nung identifier nung tao, no, okay na ba sa iyo yung picture na yan? Tama ba yung mga details na nandiyan dyan? Especially the details, no? In the picture itself, sasabihin niya, gusto mo ba bang kunang kita ulit at ayaw mo yan? So once you say, you will confirm naman na okay na sa akin yung picture na yan, maliwanag na yan,
Opo.
at maayos na yan, then that will be a confirmation. It's up to you already paano mo sabihin.
That's very important po, Postmaster General. Dahil nakikita natin na, di ba po, importante yung, let's say, for example, mall, in between your eyebrows. Eh, kung criminal yung gumagawa, nakakagawa ng krimen at mayroon siyang ID at verifiable naman, eh, madali mong makuha. Ano po. Pero, kung yung picture niya ay hindi masyadong maliwanag, ay talagang medyo magdududa, di ba po? Pero ito po yung sinasabi nila. Maybe isa yan sa mga gusto namin impart sa inyo, and in the future, baka mapagtuunan din ng pansin.
Well taken, no? It's noted before we actually kahit yung mga lighting fixtures na ginagamit natin, nandiyan dyan lahat yan, no? And with the technology nowadays, maliwanag na yung kuha mo eh. Hindi na siya
Very good, very good.
It's not really anymore an issue of how you were taken. Makikita mo yung malls mo, makikita mo yung but at the end of the day, you confirm, are you happy with this picture na meron ka sa'yo?
Sa kabuuan po, when you launched this last November 5, mga ilan ang nakatanggap niyong mga applicants po at ilan ang natatapos?
Siguro may mga all over the country, it's about 3,500, no? A day, 3,500 a day, no? So, hindi pa namin na push usually kasi it's a roll-out eh. You have to roll out the 275 stations all the way to 300. And now, a lot of people would like to get those IDs, especially yung mga tao na nasa probinsya na walang ID that would like to travel. Yan, ginagamit nila yan.
Okay. Postmaster General Luis, dun sa mga kababayan natin na again, naghahangad na makakuha ng postal ID, kung binabanggit nyo 3,500 ang natatanggap nyo everyday, wala kayong nakikita ang magiging problema. Di ba dati po nagkaroon tayo ng pagkaantala, may nasuspend yung pag-i-issue ng ID ng Postal Corporation. What seems to be the problem that time? Are we not going to experience that?
Hindi
again?
na siya, no? Actually, yung main there were technical issues, but the main concern there was the public-private partnership.
Okay.
That it all started in 2010, 2012, and it has lapsed by 2023. So, nung nag-lapse ng 2023, syempre, in government, kailangan mong i-publicly bid again yan.
That's correct.
Kung sino yung gusto na naman. So, it took time. Tapos, there's a change of management na naibago namin lahat yan. So, now, it's back already. Kasi yung aming Facebook account, yung aming website are being asked by a lot of people asking where is the postal ID. So, yung clamor na yon, sinagot lang din namin. So, it's back and we're happy that it's being accepted and it is being a functional card. Not only as the addressing system, as a function, pero Miss Annie, it's also, there are merchants also that when you binabalik lang namin, we used to have about 150 to 200 merchants that gives discount kung meron kang postal ID. But yung isa pang malaking tulong in the future, as a function again, we can help in the unbanked area. About 40% of the country doesn't have a bank account, di ba?
Yes, yes.
So especially yung malalayo na nasa probinsya, eventually technology is already there. Malaking magiging tulong kung magkakaroon siya ng financial functionality. Meaning to say, kung meron kang postal ID, magkakaroon ka na ng bank account. But as of the moment, wala pa yon. We have to ask the Bangko Sentral, we have to ask what are the things, privacy issues na kailangan naming ayusin before we go into that financial functionality.
Napakaganda naman itong mga programs na ito. Ano po, Postmaster General Luis Carlos. And ako po ay natutuwa dito. I'm sure yung ating mga nakikinig at nanonood dito sa Hataw Balita, ano po, sa ngalan ni Kuya Daniel Rason. Kami po ay nagpapasalamat dahil napakaganda nitong proyekto na inilunsad ninyo. Mayroon pa po ba kayong gustong i-emphasize na hindi ko na itanong? Please go ahead po, Postmaster.
The other thing that we're moving also is the express mail delivery, no? we're moving that in the main cities also on a next day delivery, especially here in Metro Manila. We've launched that, and it's as cheap in terms of pricing. It's also as cheap as what the private couriers are doing. Ang ano kasi, matanong mo na yung there are about 114 private couriers that are doing business in the country. The government gave those licenses. But being a postal operator in the country, we have to do a universal service obligation na kahit nalulugi si Postal Administration ng bansa, kailangan mong gawin at the cheapest and fastest way to do it. Most of the private sector, the private couriers, hindi sila pupunta doon sa malayo dahil lugi sila. Kung ikaw ay isang negosyante, bakit ako magdi-deliver na nasa pakamalayo at hindi naman ako kikita? So ang ginagawa namin with Express, since we don't get a budget from the National Treasury, we're a government-owned and controlled corporation na ginagawa namin day-to-day based on operations. We're fighting it out with we're competing in the main cities, but our issue is that sovereign function na ginagawa namin yung kahit na malayo, kahit lugi, gagawin namin yon para doon sa function mo, sa sovereign, para sa bayan. No? So yan ang isang so EMS, Express Mail Service in Metro Manila, magbibigay siya ng kita para sa operations namin at para magawan mo ng paraan yung gastos mo doon sa malayo.
Ayan. Next time we will be discussing about the funds that you have. Kung sapat pa or what. But next time, alam niyo mga kasambahay, siya po ay na-interview noong 2015 and this is your second time. Thank you so much po. I hope sa mga susunod na araw ay mapadalas ka po dito sa UNTV. At muli po, nagpapasalamat po kami sa inyo sa pagising ng napakaaga. Ginoong Luis Carlos, ang Postmaster General po ng Philippine Postal Corporation. Again, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Miss Annie. Thank you, Sir Sherwin. Maraming salamat po and happy anniversary ulit to UNTV.
Thank you very much po. Muli sa ngalan ni Kuya Daniel. So, nagpapasalamat po kami.
Salamat
Salamat
po.
sa Diyos.